Yeah, no quotes. And just off of the top of your head, about how many hours would you say you've been like operating a vessel in the state of Florida? Like from 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 10 to 50?
A couple hundred, I dare say.
Couple hundred? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Do you have a captain's license or just
No,
the?
no,
Okay,
no.
gotcha.
I just messed up twice. I haven't logged in on it in forever just because
Oh, you're good.
I used my fingerprint. I just want to make sure before I mess it up big time. And then
Just the policy number is pretty much the biggest thing. And it's still active?
yeah.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. That'll work. All right, brother. Yeah, just hang tight real quick. If you want to go hang out with her by the fire or whatever, and then I'm going to bring the statements. You guys can come over here, go over there, wherever, fill out the statements, and then I'll just have you hang tight for a little bit. I'll grab him, same thing, statement from him, and then after that, we'll be able to clear out of here, okay?
How long are you thinking?
Well, it depends on how fast you can write a sworn statement.
Yeah.
That's pretty much about it. Just real quick, because we do it with all boating accidents, and unfortunately the operator of that one's not here. It's just a precautionary question. Have you had anything to drink tonight at all?
Me personally,
No?
no. No.
Okay, gotcha. I was like, I don't smell anything. It's just always a precaution. We always like to ask people.
Yeah, no. I went through some trouble about a year and a half, 2 years ago, and I've been on. This is actually to start a business, a rental business, like I mentioned earlier, and so I'm all clear of that. I'm trying to be on the right page, the right side of the law, and get things done right. So yeah,
No.
no I haven't.
Oh, good. No, like I said, I don't see any alcohol in the boat. I don't smell anything coming from you. Don't show any signs of impairment. It's just always a precautionary question. Injured or taken to a hospital. Okay. Like I said, let me go grab those. I'll pull the truck up. We'll get some statements handed out. Like I said, it's the best of your ability. We're not putting he said, she said. It's really just what occurred. And then other than that, like I said, once I get that, we should be good to go. Yeah. Let me just pull the truck up real quick. Yeah, you can shut everything off.
Mute off.
Okay. So here's that time for that statement where I said you're probably gonna need that that driver's license. So, like I said,
I'm not
it's-
looking, I promise.
you're good. It's voluntary, okay? I can't force you to do anything. This is just for the accident, okay? It's not to prove fault. It's not to prove guilt. It's not to charge anybody with anything. It's just what you can recall from the accident, okay?
Sir, I understand.
All right, cool. The only thing I don't need you to fill out is just the case number, okay? That's for me. I'll put that in there. Everything,
Sir.
everything else, no, yeah. That
1-800 Karma?
tonight it probably would have been. Date and time.
This is not a boat.
Date and time.
I'm sorry.
You're good. No, date and time. That's you. Location. Don't worry about that because this is gonna be the house address. I'll put that in there. It's just gonna be date and time, your name, your driver's license number, date of birth, your address, and then a good phone number to reach you in case you have any other questions. And then you have front and back on this one in case you need any other room. And then
So it would be messed up if I put my ex's phone number on it?
if I call your ex and he has no idea what's going on, probably. I'll let you fill that out first.
Do you have a pen?
I should have a pen if it hasn't slid down in there, which I'm sure it has. Here, do this. Open this up real quick because I keep
Oh.
a decent amount of pins.
Oh, the
usually.
treasure box.
Yeah, there's a couple in here. Trust me.
Really?
If-
What else is in there? What can I find?
I don't know. You might find old bank statements or something in there or checks. That's probably about it. I'll let her go first real quick. If you want, I know it's kind of hard. Is this your
No,
Go-
I just met her.
okay? Just to not like influence her. If you can sit back down there real quick, and when she's done, we'll grab it. I'm not saying not.
that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. I actually need you for 2 seconds, real quick. You're not in trouble. I just need to talk to you at the truck real quick.
Yeah.
What's up?
I never got a top.
Well, you probably won't need to talk, honestly. You'll probably be fine. No, I'm having to. I'm telling you, I switched that for the old Zen, and now even that, I'm just trying to wean off of it because these night shifts they get hard. I'm telling you. It's even worse when you're doing office for 12 hours and you're sitting in a truck, literally just. You can only watch Netflix for so long before you're like. And then you're like, man, I'm out of it. So. Oh, her?
Yeah.
Oh, that whatever happens. I mean,
No, I was wondering.
no, you're good. So I had a quick question.
What's up, buddy?
So, do you know where you're at based off looking at this map?
Dude, I was born and raised here.
Okay. So, can you see my mouse right here?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me when to stop if you know where we're at.
Right there.
Okay, perfect.
Am I right dead on?
Yeah, no, you're dead on.
Yeah.
And it's not. This is basically just for evidential purposes of where he was operating at, how he was operating at in this zone. Because in the video, you can clearly see the slow speed zone behind him.
Yeah.
We just like to take people who, and I'm going to talk to him the same thing. I mean, like, hey, can you show me where you're at? And this isn't to like throw anything in anybody's face. It's like, no, I just want to make sure that you're aware of like, not for you, because you're just an occupant. But we always look to people who are on the boat that was struck.
Yeah.
Because if you're operating the manner you should be, and somebody, hits you
Buddy,
that wasn't.
we were in fucking idle.
Oh yeah, no, the video, you guys are just putting. Like, you're not even. There's no wake even coming off that boat.
Yeah.
But no, so that basically just proves like, okay, hey, this is where you guys are at. After she's done, I'll have you do the statement. I'm gonna go pull him right now and ask him the same thing.
Yeah.
And then after that, after the statement, literally, I mean, technically after your statement, you're free to
Yeah.
go wherever you want, with whoever you want. And
I'm
then
actually gonna go to the hospital with them, but I'm gonna take her to her car first.
to info, and then yeah, after I get done with him, I'll be right there with you at the hospital. So. Golly.
Yeah, put it in your own cup, man.
Before that stuff was affordable.
Now it's like a fucking house. Fancy.
Yeah, now you're having a nickel and dime for it. Cameron, real quick, can I talk to you real quick for a second?
She's doing hers and I'll do mine.
Yeah, you're good.
So, not trying to scare you or anything. I got to read something to you because we're taking the boating crash investigation. We're kind of wrapping it up, and now we're gonna do more so of like a criminal investigation. Not saying that there's anything that's happened that's criminal in nature. It's just whatever I'm about to ask you could be self-incriminating. Okay, so that doesn't necessarily say that like how do I put this? It's called changing of the caps. So like the boating crash is technically done. Okay, there's nothing else that we can do necessarily about that. It's an accident. That's all it is.
Okay.
What I have to ask you though, because it's where the accident occurred, in the defense attorney's eye or in the state's eye, they would label this like, no, you have to read him his Miranda rights. It's not. You're not self-incriminating yourself. It's just I want you to show me on a map where you were at. But in order to ask you that, I have to read this to you.
A map, like accident-wise?
No, it's a map of the like
the
Sykes
water,
Creek.
right?
Yeah, I just want
so
you
like
to show me.
accident-wise?
Yeah, that's all it is.
That's it?
That's all it is. It's just to show, because I just had him do it because he's an occupant. We do it with occupants and operators.
Okay.
So obviously, it's one for each boat. So he's the only one technically that's here for that boat, and you're the operator of that boat.
Yeah.
So it's just to prove this is where you're at. Okay. So it's not like we see on TV where we read stuff and you go to jail. It's just, hey, we read this to you, and then
Please,
you can show me where it's
yeah,
at,
okay.
and that's it. Okay.
Okay.
You're not. There's no handcuffs. I swear.
Okay.
Like that's not the case. Okay. So it just says you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him or her present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any question if you wish to answer now. Without a lawyer present, you will have the right to stop answering at any time. Do you understand these rights?
Yes,
Okay. Do you wish to still talk to me at this time?
Yeah.
Okay. Come here real quick. Okay. Like I said, there's no tricks. It's just I just want you. I'm gonna jump in here real quick. You can get as close as you want so you can see it. Let me know if you can see the mouse that's like right here.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna put it right here. You just tell me when to stop. If you know where we're at. Okay.
I was gonna say, well, I'll just pull up the map real quick because I don't know. Okay.
You're fine. So I'm up here at, what is this, 528? So I'm gonna start moving down. Just tell me when to stop when you say, hey, this is where I'm at.
Just a tad bit more, but that's basically that like right around there.
Right around here?
Yeah, just like
Okay.
a tad bit more of anything.
Okay. Perfect. Nope. Okay, that's fine. That was it. That's all I wanted to ask you. Again, it's one of those weird ones where they say, "Hey, we got to read you Miranda before we ask you that." So what I'm gonna have. So she's gonna finish hers, and then she's free to go. He's gonna do his next, and then I'll have you do yours last. Just it's gonna be the way it kind of works out, and then we'll get you guys out of here. Okay.
I'll be good to go after that.
Yeah. After that, you guys will be good to go. Yeah. If you want to take a seat back by the fire, so you can stay warm. That's fine with me, man. Yep.
Mute off.
All right. You want to take a seat real quick and I'll explain everything to you, okay? So here's the deal. All right. So you have a couple different violations, all right, based off of just the accident alone. Like I said, we switched hats. We changed from the accident to just this initial criminal investigation regarding what led up to the accident, okay? So with the accident, there isn't necessarily like a charge. Nobody can charge you for getting in an accident, right? Accidents are accidents. It's not like we're on the road. If you fender bender somebody has to write you a ticket. Okay, that's not the case. This is based off of the operation of the vessel, not the accident. Okay. So this though, what I'm going to hand you first, these are copies of your warnings. Okay, from the vessel. This is for the visual distress signal, meaning the flares, because you have to have flares for operating past sunset. Okay, so from sunset until sunrise, gotta have flares. All right, that doesn't matter if you're. No, and
I would have literally
no,
bought them. I had no idea.
it's not a big deal. These are compliance warnings. Okay, the second one is for the nav lights. You have nav lights, just not in the right spot. Okay, I'm not saying that wouldn't have not caused this accident, because your nav lights never mattered as far as the white light. Your red and green, absolutely. The white light being obstructed, they would have never even seen the white light. They would have just seen your red and greens, okay, because you were coming basically behind them like that, or in that crossing situation. So this, you don't have to do anything with other than fix before you come back out next time in the water, okay? That right there, the one on the far right, that's the improper display of the nav lights. That white light, that's all it means, needs to be at the tallest point of the vessel. So technically for you, it would be the spoiler.
That's
So
kind of easier though, because I can drill right through it.
Drill,
Yeah, that's perfect.
exactly. That's all. That's all that is. The second one, that's for the flares. Okay. So again, in a sense, yes, you are correct when you're in navigable waters that's not more than 3 nautical miles distance from one point to the other. So technically for Sykes Creek, this point of the water to the other side of the water is not. Oh man, that is strong smoke.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't need flares during daylight hours because
yeah.
of this. Now, it's always a good practice to have
Yeah.
3 daytime, because if your boat sinks in the daytime, we kind of need to know where you are.
Yeah.
Now, at nighttime, it is required by Coast Guard to have with you 3 good flares that work. Okay, so but that technically their nighttime operating hours is sunset. So sunset's at 5:30. Nav lights go on 30 minutes before that, and you got to have your flares with you. Okay, that's that warning. Now, the other 2, I'll explain everything to you. One is non-criminal, one is criminal. Okay, so I'll explain both. The first one, this one right here, this is for the slow speed zone. Okay, so I have enough video footage to prove, with beyond a reasonable doubt, that operating that jet car the way it was, that's on plane. That is not slow speed like it's posted. Okay, had you been operating at the slow speed, we probably would have avoided the accident. Okay, so there's a 2-part to this. All right, this ticket, it's non-criminal nature, doesn't put any points on your license, doesn't affect your driver license, doesn't affect you ever being able to run the jet car business. Okay, won't affect your LLC or when you get the LLC. Okay, all this is an in-house. The fine amount's $140. Okay, you have 30 days to pay it. You can either pay it, and all your options are on this side. It's in person, over the phone, via mail, check, or you have the option to contest it in court. If you wish to contest it in court, you have your options here. Now, again, so that's this copy. That is yours. Everything on there is the same as mine on here, okay? The second one is kind of a piggyback off of that. Had you not been operating on slow speed, the accident would have never occurred. So because we have an accident that occurred based off of your operation of the vessel, and somebody did get physically injured and had to be transported to the hospital, you're receiving the criminal citation for reckless operation of a vessel. That does have a mandatory court appearance. Okay? So this is your copy of it right here. The court date is on the other side. That court date is going to be for January 6th at 9 a.m. at the VR courthouse. Now that's first hearing, first sounding. You don't necessarily have to be there that date. You just have to call the clerk of court's house and confirm whether or not your appearance is actually needed. Okay? The only time the appearance will ever be needed is if this ever goes to trial, which is completely up to you if it does. Okay. So it's a criminal citation in nature,
Yeah.
but what that means is that, like, if you say, hey, I wish to take it to trial to fight,
No, like
then they would give you a subpoena in the mail for your mandatory court appearance to take it to jury trial.
yeah.
If you were to say, no, I wish to not contest it, then at that point you'd be pleading nola contendere, which means you would accept whatever fine is associated with, because right now there's no fine associated. That's up to the judge.
And so that's what this would be. This isn't. They wouldn't arrest me.
No, so
This
technically,
is just for a fine.
correct. So
Well,
technically what I'm issuing you, it's a criminal citation, which means it's an arrestable offense. However, you're not going to jail. It's what's called an NTA or PTA. So it's a notice to appear or promise to appear. So basically what I'm doing is I'm arresting you without putting handcuffs on you, giving you that in hopes that you take care of it by either A, showing up on that date, or B, taking care of it by, like I said, I can't tell you what to do. It's going to be up to you and whatever you decide is fit for the citation. Okay, I can't tell you, hey, call that number on the back and say I don't want to take it to court. I'll just take whatever fees. I cannot tell you to do that, and I can't tell you that it's going to help.
that's kind of like an option.
But that's your option,
Okay.
and that's called pleading nola contendere. Now, if you call and say, hey, no, I want to take it to trial,
Yeah.
they will give you a subpoena in the mail within 2 to 3 weeks, and they will have a jury trial. Okay. Now, with all that said and done, I just need 2 signatures from you. Signing these tickets, it's not an admission of guilt. It's just stating you understand what you're receiving and that you will take care of them. That first one meaning you're either going to pay it within 30 days or take it to court. The second one meaning you're going to either show up to court or you'll call the clerk of court's house to handle it a different way. That's all that means. Okay. I'm going to lay this right here. I got to pull out another pen real quick. And again, like I said, not an admission of guilt. It's just saying you understand what you're receiving and you'll take care of both in the allotted time. First one being the 30 days or taking it to court. Second one either showing up to court or handling it a different way. Okay?
Okay.
And like I said, both of these copies you're signing are the exact same carbon copies you have in your hand. Vieira Courthouse is the system that we use. The phone number is listed right there. So the phone number is listed, the address is listed, and if you have any questions regarding whether or not you will or won't or can or can't make it to court, that phone number is there in case you need it.
Oh, I guess you said this is the same.
Yeah, no, you have the exact same carbon copy as I do. So if you open yours back up real quick, I'll just show you. So all your information is right there. So location, the court date, that's for the criminal one. The second one that you have in your hand, the one below it, that's the non-criminal. That's the 140 within 30 days. Same thing to the same courthouse. All the options of how to take care of it are on the opposite side. That third one you have in your hand, those are the warnings. Those are just basically your compliance warnings, so that the next time you come out, you have at least the flares and the nav lights fixed. Okay. Other than that, I have nothing else as regarding either the boating accident or anything else with that. You're more than free to go. All I say is, obviously just the entirety of Sykes Creek, okay? So 520 to 528, slow speed. So just put along. And also, somebody just said that I guess a channel marker got hit. So just be careful of a channel marker. That's something we're going to have to look at a later date. So just,
I got the headlights and everything.
yeah,
too,
just
so
slow speed, put to wherever you got to go. And then once you get into that open area, open it wide open. But just, if I have any other questions regarding anything, I will just either send you a text or a phone call, whatever. It's not going to be anything pertaining to this. It's going to be more so, like I asked you earlier, like the vessel operator hours or stuff like that. Other than that, I shouldn't need anything else. Like I said, 30 days. I have your phone number. I will text you the case number, and that's going to be for basically if you have any the damages of your boat. If anything was to happen later on, we want it fixed or however, at least your insurance knows what caused the damage.
Okay.
So you'll have that by at least, if not by the end of tonight, first thing tomorrow morning, you'll have the case number. And that goes for everybody that's been on the boat that's involved.
Okay. And does that have in it, for example, that they have obviously a thing of alcohol, a whole cooler of alcohol. Does all of every information, is all that included?
Oh yeah, no, everything will be in the report. Everything that's been photographed or that's been documented will go in the report. Now,
Obviously, it ain't
Now-
gonna change much. I'm just wondering.
No,
the
yeah.
idea.
So it's not, nobody's saying, oh, he's this, he's that. It's more so like, okay,
Will this happen?
it's there.
Yeah.
And like I've already spoke to a direct supervisor, there's no way that we can right now prove whether or not the individual that's operating this vessel is actually
course.
impaired, because
And it's too
if
late.
he's in if he's in a state that we can't speak to him, nothing we can really
Yeah.
do about that.
Well, the guy wasn't the guy who actually got. I don't
Mm-hmm.
care. But the guy who actually got hurt isn't the one who was operating.
Okay, so yeah, that's
no, they were two different people. So it's
so-
too late now. Basically,
and-
he's gone. He's slipped out. So you
well.
know, like,
As far as I know, all of them are at the hospital.
Yeah.
So I'll get the other 3 there, and they'll be able to, and we'll get seating diagrams. So basically, we'll know
Oh,
who's
okay.
sitting where,
Okay.
and if there's a discrepancy anywhere, we kind of know what it is. It's a, hey, I'm trying to cover my buddy. So
Yeah.
I've seen it a million times.
Because obviously, I was at. Obviously, I made a mistake.
Yeah, and look, I
obviously,
get it. I'm guessing you guys were part of the parade,
Yeah.
or just
Yeah.
like we're all for having a good time.
Yeah.
There's a place to have a good time, and there's a place not to have a good time.
Of course.
Come,
I thought I was there until I could
Yeah.
not see their boat at all.
coming up in this area, I get it. If you want to, open it up, it's a jet boat. I understand. It's basically a jet ski
Yeah.
with a steering wheel. I'm all for it. It's just, if we're gonna do it, one, we need to have proper lookouts. Technically, for her and for you,
Yeah.
somebody should be monitoring the waters at all times. So if you don't see something, she's supposed to say something.
Yeah.
That's how it's gonna work. Especially if you're gonna be like doing charters or letting people drive these boats, and you're gonna be telling them what to do. It's the same rule applies. Like, if you're the guide, you're the proper lookout. They're touring with you. Now, if you let them go by themselves, you gotta get in the same spiel. Like,
Yeah.
you're driving, you're the proper lookout, and your passenger's the proper lookout. And if one of you guys fail, it's on you.
Gotcha.
So, also, you have, crossing stuff and right of ways. That could, like I said, that would have been a very avoidable accident had speed not been a factor.
Yes. I gotcha.
Because as far as I can tell, you're clean. There's no alcohol impairment. I can't. There's not a. You couldn't not do it by judgment. It's just speed. Okay. So other than that, get home safe. Get it back on the trailer. I shouldn't need anything else. If I do, I'll give you a holler. But I should be good to go. If you have any questions regarding this, you can reach back out. I can tell you. For legal advice, we can't give you legal advice. We can just tell you appoint a lawyer or talk to a lawyer or representative or whatever, attorney. But if you have any questions regarding like delivery stuff or anything like that, give us a shout, because we want to help you guys versus see you guys fail.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
that's that. Other than that, you guys you're good to go, man. Take it easy tonight, man. Stay safe. Have a good one. Stay dry. Stay warm, man. Yes, sir.